Hello everyone. It may have taken a few days and a stack of failures, but I have knocked out my Turian Havok Troopers 0 run in order to showcase another Wave 7 LZ teleportation. Per the suggestion of a wise and powerful dragon, after getting crushed multiple times in my initial attempts, I've started using Kett for the enemy type, but Remnant works out nearly as well with the exception of the Jennies on boss waves. On the flip side, Outlaw, which has been my go-to enemy of late, was very problematic for reasons I'll explain as the solo progresses.
Hostile territory, people.
This
Secure
hallway is
position and
always
stay
my
sharp.
go-to defensive position for Platinums, and for this solo it will be one of my primary holding points. When necessary, I'll bug out through the back door behind me and hook around, making a beeline for LZ where I have two possible defensive positions to use. On a good wave 1, I get out without using any consumables, but I do often use at least one ammo pack just to speed it along. And there it goes.
Three left. Go get them.
Before I kill this last enemy, I'm gonna make a quick run to the ammo crates and fill up on flat cannons.
Nice job, Apex. Keep it going.
Damn straight.
We've got major enemy targets nearby. Let's take them out.
Got it.
This spawn usually works really well for the first target. There we go.
Scratch one.
Now I take up position here to draw the enemies, which should leave the second target relatively isolated depending on where it pops.
Lost shield.
Target eliminated.
And now for the big boy. This typically only goes one of two ways for me. It's either ninja quick or just a total shit show. There's no middle ground. And trying to brute force it this way is a definite recipe for a shit show. It's about to cost me my first two health packs, as well as one of my ammo packs before I reposition on LZ to try and get a better handle on things. Descendants are blocking Incinerate. This is gonna go south really quick if the Super Krogan gets the chance to regen, so I'm gonna hit it with an RPG to make sure that it doesn't, and that's gonna take my third health pack as well.
Get down.
Take that target
First
down.
revive pack
Teammate
gone,
injured.
and there goes my second RPG.
Lost
Nice
shield.
takedown.
Quick flat cannon grab and reposition in my hallway. I'm going to drop the last enemy here because of where I've started setting up for waves 3 and 5.
Enemies
Now I
down.
jump up,
Keep your
face the
guard
wall
up.
momentarily to pop the in-cover shield, and I'm good to go. In a team match, this spot isn't great for platinums because it's open and enemies come from all over. But in a solo match, the enemies
headed your
don't
way.
behave the same way because there aren't multiple targets pulling their attention and making them move. So this spot ends up functioning like some of the others that I found lately. Most enemies will leave you alone, and you can pick off the few that path here to whittle away at the respawns. But the ease with which you're able to do this depends on which enemies spawn where. The easiest time I had was all destined, one at a time, pathing from the same spawn point, so I barely had to readjust my aim. I just had to wait for them to come into my sights. But of course, in classic linguist fashion, this time around I got swarmed worse than ever before with a combination of enemies that cost me 1 health pack and drove me from my position, which had previously never happened when there wasn't a Hydra involved. Regarding Hydras, that's why I'm not doing this on Outlaw. From that position, Hydras run right over and give you a 21 gun salute to the face, which previously had been the only time I took any significant damage from there or had to abandon the position entirely. Of course, because this is a finished solo that I'm going to publish, it has to go like that. RNG's mind games at work, people. Fortunately, that position also works well mid-wave, so if I get the opportunity, I might pop back up there just to continue whittling away the enemies.
We've got an ascendant! Shield down! Shields are compromised!
Third ammo pack gone there.
Full burn! Lost shields! Shields down!
Plan was to jump back into position there, but those two enemies being right there changed that.
Ascendant!
I'll grab some quick flak cannons.
Shields down! Lost shields! Shields down! Ascendant!
Fourth ammo pack there to refill the paw.
Too hot to handle!
Three left. Go get them.
I didn't mention it before, but I set up here and face LZ in case it's a hack or an upload, since that will force the spawns toward the other end of the map on the off chance that the hack pops here or on LZ. But on retrievals or devices, I dash into the central room where there are 2 spawn locations, and that leaves me close to either end of the map depending on where the first objective point spawns.
Artifact is secure. Got the drop.
Lost shields.
Teammate
That was
injured.
my second revive there.
Block line of sight. Eyes on the fiend.
Nearly through. Artifact is secure.
Shields down.
All objects accounted for. Objective complete.
Block line of sight. Lost shields. Wall burn. Shields down.
Just 3 hostiles remaining.
And once again, I'll fill up on flat cannons before killing this last enemy.
Sensors clear for now. Great shooting.
Damn straight.
Fully expecting to get screwed on wave 6, I decided I might as well take this wave 5 to see if I can find a spot up here that gets the Hydra to not path to me. And by the way, it's not going to work, but from failure comes greatness. Oh, missile dodge, which was the first time I'd successfully done that up here. Not as good as last time, but still workable. One Blaze Hydra down. It's important to note here that you can't move along the edge while you're up here. Doing so is going to cause some of the stationary enemies to path over. So while you're dealing with the Blaze from this position, you can only do quick vertical jumps to avoid the missile strikes. Let's see if I can do it again. Oh, I should also mention that you can't do a full jump and hover, which would be perfect for the Havok Trooper, because we're basically at the ceiling of the map. So anything higher than a bunny hop or a quick short jump is going to trigger the return to map warning, and a prolonged hover at those heights is going to trigger the tether, which is going to boot you back to the map below. And here comes contestant number 3.
Lock line of sight. Lost shield.
At this point, even if I failed this solo, I was considering this a win. I've never knocked out the Blazes that quickly with such minimal effort in any of my runs. And if you've seen my other videos, particularly Sandstorm, you'll know that the Blaze has killed more linguists than any other enemy combined. So with them gone that quickly, I just made this wave so much easier. But then it occurred to me, I've only made it to wave 5 a handful of times, so I might as well hang out up here and see how much I can pull and if things go wonky. So I check the radar, and if nothing's moving, I path back and forth a little to see what shakes loose. But while I do that, I'll double time the footage because I spent way too long up here. So Destin that come from that position to the right can successfully land their AoE grenades up here. But Destin that come out that door to the left that's just below me have never managed to successfully land a grenade up here. Waiting to see where that enemy moves. No action, so I'll bait the hook again and see what I get. And one more time. Only got one more ammo pack, so I'm trying to avoid popping it from more flat cannons.
Gotta cover.
Now that enemy there pathed into room 6 across from LZ, so I have to keep an eye on that far door and the boxes just outside, which is where saboteurs like to hang out. Same deal as the one before, and those always tend to be saboteurs or anointed, or sharpshooters depending on the enemy type or the wave. Looks like only 7 or 8 enemies are left. Let's go hunting.
Shields down!
Not gonna lie, I totally forgot that there was a behemoth on this wave.
Get down! Block line of sight!
Just
Get
3
down!
hostiles remaining.
Last hostile!
More flak cannons, and it's on to wave 6.
All enemies clear. Keep it up.
Nice work!
Objects of interest detected in the mission area. Find and return to drop point.
Affirmative!
Alright, this right here was some straight ninja shit. It's the kind of stuff that happens in the missions that I fail and never gets aired, but I was pretty proud of this.
Artifact is secure.
Shields are compromised!
Artifact is secure. Hang in there, Apex. Artifact is secure.
Last health pack is gone. Just 3 revives left to keep me going now. Now, since the rest of this wave is just me running to opposite ends of the maps to kite and kill, I'll speed this up and then we'll get to the setup for Wave 7's LZ teleportation. My hope was to create a bottleneck there for all the RPGs, but it didn't really work out that way. Alright, here we go. One Wave 6 enemy left. And sadly, it's just about the worst one for what I want to do, given the way sharpshooters tend to hide in faraway positions. But let's give it a go, because we've got no other choice. The task is to get from LZ all the way across the map and up into the upstairs room at the back above the rear defensive position. Then I use my Roserad with the receiver to kill the sharpshooter, and then I wait out Wave 7, and everything is peachy. So the first step is to reach that barrier right there that separates the stairs from that upper path just after the pillar. You'll need extended hover duration in order to pull this off, and you're still going to drop just before getting there. So you're going to want to push X to grab the barrier and climb up on top of it before you touch the ground. The next stop is that box, and from there, the top of that radar antenna. Ideally, you want to grab the top of the radar antenna from the dash, but if you miss it like I did, you still have time. Catching the top from the dash means you don't have to thread the needle of the window like I just did. You actually have time to turn and just jump up and do a normal grab for the window frame. But you have to get away from the window as quickly as possible because that's out of bounds. Now, right here is where I'm supposed to kill the last enemy and trigger Wave 7. But no! Sharpshooters are cowards who screw up teleportation reveals. So I guess I'll use teleportation to drop him and then hope for the best with Wave 7. Ta-da! Really wish I had an RPG for this bastard, because he just made me ruin my surprise. On second thought, though, I'm going to kill him from the other side of the map and try to get back into the upstairs room to wait out Wave 7. I won't have teleport, but at least I'll get a coffee break.
All enemies clear. Keep it up.
Nice work.
Shit, still have time. Come on, Linguist. Stick the landing. Or miss it entirely when dash fails to trigger. Enough time for one more attempt. But if I don't make this, this wave is going to be a lot more interesting.
We're done here. Get yourself.
And he sticks the landing, ladies and gentlemen. Woo! As a reward, absolutely nothing of consequence happens for the next 1.5 minutes, so we'll speed this up. At 40 seconds, I'm going to move closer to the window, which, as I mentioned, is out of bounds. About 6 seconds after that, I'll get booted back to the map with a little more than 30 seconds to reach LZ. I'll be going through the interior so I can stop in various cover positions as needed to burn excess time, but I'd rather have more time than I need than too little. Here we go. Burn a little time in this nook here, and then I'll head for room 6 across from LZ. And there was much rejoicing.
That's how Apex gets
That
it
went
done.
far
Come
smoother than I
on.
was expecting it to. Would have been even smoother if that damn sharpshooter hadn't foobarred my LZ teleportation. Note to self, keep a behemoth that still has some grenades left, or an ascendant, or damn near any enemy that doesn't like to hide across the map next time I try to do that. Just give me something that'll come right up, stare at the ceiling as you rain bullets down through it. But anyhow, that's the Havok's first 0 win, and another LZ teleportation down. Next up, I'm heading back to Icebreaker. Can I reveal a flawless LZ teleportation and break my streak of screwing them up when I showcase them while combining them with a solo? We'll soon find out. Hopefully that is. But that's a video for another day. Until then, thanks for watching.